You know, we live in a world that is just loud. And I don't just mean traffic and city sounds. I mean a world where everyone is trying to speak, to post, to get their opinion out there. And in all that chatter, we've kind of lost something really important. So today, we're going to talk about rediscovering the simple but incredible power of just listening. I mean, it starts here, right? You open up any app and it's just this endless fire hose of opinions on every single topic you can imagine. Everyone's got a take, a hot take, a reply to that take. It's a lot. It's the first layer of noise we have to cut through every single day. And what do we do with all that noise? We just keep scrolling. That thumb flick, past moments, past ideas, past actual chances to connect with someone. Our attention is just being yanked from one thing to the next, and we never really land anywhere, do we? And all of this, it leads to this really fundamental problem. Everybody is shouting, just trying to cut through all that noise, trying to make their voice the one that finally gets heard. But if everyone's talking, who's actually listening? Okay, so this is where it gets really personal, because this lack of listening, it has totally changed how our daily conversations feel. Let's dive into that really painful and honestly super common feeling of being completely and utterly unheard. Have you ever felt this? You're trying to share something that really matters to you, and you can just see it in the other person's eyes. They're just waiting for you to stop talking so they can start. They're already building their reply in their head, or worse, they jump in with some quick fix advice you never even asked for. And the result is always the same. You don't feel heard. Not really. You know, a conversation can really go one of two ways. On one path, you feel unheard. You get interrupted, maybe you feel a little judged, and you walk away feeling, well, alone. But then there's the other path, the one where someone really listens, and you feel their presence, their attention, and suddenly that weight you're carrying feels just a little bit lighter. And that's the real gut punch, isn't it? It's not just annoying. When someone doesn't listen to you, it sends this really deep message that your experience isn't valid, and you're just left to carry it all by yourself. It's a profound kind of loneliness. But here's the good news. There is a powerful alternative. This is where we pivot from the problem to the solution. Let's talk about the incredible, almost healing power of simply being present for another person. Just picture it for a second. You're sharing something heavy, but this time, the person you're talking to, they just listen. They don't jump in with their own story, they don't try to fix it, and they don't judge a single thing you say. They just give you their quiet, complete attention. How would that feel? And that's the absolute core of it all. True listening isn't about having all the answers. It's not a tool you use to solve problems. It's an active connection. The whole point is just to make someone feel that their burden is shared, that they are not alone in what they're going through. And this really requires a huge shift in our mindset. We have to stop treating conversation like a game, like a competition where we have to prove we're smart or we're right. The goal isn't to win. The goal is to connect. Okay, so this all sounds good, but how do we, actually do it? Let's get super practical. I'm going to give you 4 simple, totally doable steps you can use in your very next conversation to become a much better listener. Seriously, it's this simple. First, just pause. Before you jump in to speak, just take a breath. Second, put your phone down. And I don't mean face down on the table, I mean put it away, out of sight. Third, actually look at the person. Make some eye contact. Show them you're there. And fourth, and this is the most important one, you have to change your entire reason for listening. This right here, this is the key that unlocks everything else. You have to go into a conversation not thinking, okay, what am I going to say next? But instead asking yourself, what is this person really trying to tell me? Listen for the feeling that's hiding behind their words. So when you actually start doing this, something pretty amazing starts to happen. You start to become something that is both incredibly rare and unbelievably valuable in our noisy world. You become the listener. And let's talk about the payoff, because it's huge. This is what happens. When people feel safe with you, they start to open up more. Real trust is built. They feel like what they have to say actually matters, and every single conversation becomes a chance for a deeper, more real connection, all because you made someone feel truly and completely seen. So think about it. In this world of constant noise where everyone is fighting for the microphone, the person who can willingly and quietly just listen, well, you become a total exception. You stand out, not by being the loudest person in the room, but by being the quietest. And you better believe that being rare is a kind of superpower. It's the power to build trust where there wasn't any, to give comfort without saying a single word, and to create connections that actually last. That, right there, is real power. All right, so as we start to wrap this up, let's just boil it all down to the one essential thing I really want you to take with you from all of this. Please remember this. Your amazing solutions, your perfect advice, your witty comeback, a lot of the time, that's not what people need. Often, the most generous and healing thing you can possibly give someone is just your quiet, patient, undivided presence.
And that's really the final call to action. It's a simple choice you get to make in every single conversation. Instead of just adding to all the noise, choose to be the quiet space where someone else can finally be heard.
And that kind of leaves us with one last question, because this isn't just some abstract idea, it's something you have to practice. So the real question is, in your own life, with your family, your friends, your coworkers, where will you start? Where will you choose to listen and let a real connection begin?